Coming up on Here's the Truth, plans to develop a Minneapolis Kmart site leave an encampment in ruins.
They just come in and bulldoze everything, but what's that going to do? That's just going to make it so we need help again.
How unhoused community members are coping with winter months ahead. And a black man loses both of his hands but lives to share his near-death experience in hopes of fueling jail reform.
I hurt all day, every day. I'm on medication, but it don't stop the pain and slow it down.
Plus later, we take a joyride with soul singer Mike. Here's the Truth starts right now. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm independent journalist Georgia Fort. We begin with the location many experiencing homelessness turn to in South Minneapolis, the encampment near the old Lake Street Kmart. Recently, the city of Minneapolis fenced off a lot of the area in an effort to advance development plans for the site. But that, on top of the weather changing, has many unhoused community members on edge. That's this week's top story. What are people going to do? Sometimes it's hard to find the words while on edge for survival.
Tearing us down and leaving us without nothing once again is bad. It's hard. How do you pick yourself up when you just keep falling down?
This week, the city of Minneapolis cleared out a Lake Street encampment, a place dozens turn to for shelter while experiencing homelessness.
Everyone's been given a trespass notice, so you cannot come back here.
They set their little home up, and a week later, and they're having to tear it down and start up again.
They give you like 15 minutes, 10 minutes, and tell us to get out or we'll get arrested. We just got ready to set up our pallets for the storm and the weather, and then now it's this.
A sudden eviction effort from law enforcement that's leaving many scrambling.
They just come in and bulldoze everything. That's just going to make it so we need help again because we're all going to need new tents. They say they're to protect and serve, but there's not very much protection here if they just keep taking us down.
There are also a lot of people that have just been down since the pandemic. They don't know what to do.
It's a move to advance a development project at the old Kmart site. The city is currently exploring designs for green walkways, businesses, and affordable housing.
What does the city really benefit closing these down?
But in the midst of it all are cries for answers and compassion.
They say go here, and now go over here, and now go back here.
Bria tells us she ran a business and owned a home before she fell on hard times during the pandemic.
When you're trucking along with your bags, and it's exhausting, mentally, physically.
City resources are exhausted and families are devastated with nowhere to turn to.
There's a lot of moms out here without their kids.
It's heartbreaking.
Yeah, it really is.
Where are your children staying?
I let them get adopted. The hardest decision I ever had to make was to be responsible and say I don't have a house and the things that I want for my children, just knowing that I'm still out here by myself is really hard.
Time's up, okay? You guys need to come out now.
Residents in the neighboring apartment complex tell us they struggled with the crime and drugs that spilled into their parking lot, but feel the city could have used a more humane solution. Both the city and Hennepin County declined to comment. What do you think would help? What do you think the city
Giving us more resources, giving us time and actually coming to, help us really, instead of just throwing us out whenever we get comfortable somewhere.
They tell us the solution could be simple.
We would like to build, just a little tiny home or something, but we don't know where because the land out here is not free.
They imagine a project similar to one the city carried out for Avivo Village, a community of tiny homes in the North Loop.
The tiny homes would be an awesome way to keep partners together too.
But for now, they have to pick up the pieces and search for a new beginning.
We're all human, so we're trying to find a way to just get something started.
In a span of less than 48 hours, a routine arrest led to a black man's hands being cut off to save his life. Terrence Windborn believes he was neglected when his health took a horrific turn. And now Scott County is paying him the largest jail-related settlement in the history of Minnesota. Today, we're hearing his side of the story and the jail reforms he's hoping for.
You know, it's so hard though, because I didn't know when I was going to pass away.
Terrence Windborn nearly lost his life in a Scott County jail after being arrested on suspicion of drunk driving 3 years ago.
One day I remember us waking up in the ambulance asking where y'all taking me to. They said Abbott. I said, please hurry up. And I passed out again. And I guess I woke up 1 or 2 months later.
Today, Dwayne, the name he affectionately goes by, lives to tell his story, but without both of his arms and with severe health issues.
I mean, I hurt all day, every day. I'm on medication, but it don't stop the pain, it slow it down. And then I just stay tired all the time, so I try not to take it so much. My head, and I don't want to take my hair on short to you, but I will, because I don't care.
And we had to conduct a closed attorney-client meeting as authorized by Minnesota statute 13D.05 to discuss the Windborn litigation.
Dwayne reached a $12.2 million settlement with Scott County and a nurse after accusing them of providing inadequate care and violating his civil rights while incarcerated.
He was at Abbott for some time, intubated on a ventilator.
Katie is one of the attorneys that served on Dwayne's legal team. She says it all stems from an open cut that got infected on his hand.
I don't think anyone knows where he got it or how he got it exactly. What should have happened was care there, and if they can't provide the care, then they need to get them to a provider that can do that.
In a written statement from the opposing counsel, they say the agreement dismisses the claims against the county and its employees. They add that they hope the settlement provides Dwayne with the medical care and quality of life assistance he needs.
The officer told me just like that. He said, this building is full of germs, you don't have no open wounds on you. I say, no. I wasn't thinking about the little cut on my hand.
You go into the jail, you should be able to walk out in the same health and same manner that you walked in, right?
Yeah, that's true.
He says his deteriorating health prevents him from recalling those 2 days in jail, but he struggles with the parts he can piece together.
I think the doctor told me that I was hallucinating or something off that medication, which I wasn't, because my head still hurt. You know, from it. He said, man, I'm not gonna let you die. He said, I'm gonna get your teeth back clean. He did the best he could because they get better, but still they got destroyed.
So your life has drastically changed.
Drastically changed, man.
But Dwayne says there's no amount of money that can make up for his health.
You gotta be strong when you get in a situation like this though, because, man, but I'm getting used to it though.
But there's no amount of money.
Man, if they gave me $1 billion, I'd tell them, give my hands back, you have it. I don't even care about that money. It ain't no money to me.
And Dwayne tells us he wants the criminal justice system to use his traumatic experience to be the catalyst for reform and to be able to see inmates as humans.
How do you hope it changes?
They get rid of some of them people that really don't care, like they get problems at home, or they just hate people that go to jail. You know, I don't know what it is. But some of them real nasty. I mean, I'm still a man, you know.
Black Joy is an act of resistance, and one organization is embodying just that right here in the Twin Cities.
With the 3 E's, and you will see that I am peace. Peace to my people in the Twin Cities.
It was all a part of the launch of a weekend event called Mapping Black Joy that was put on by the Healing Justice Foundation. Dozens of dancers, poets, singers, and actors came together at the Southern Theater in Minneapolis to share their light. They say they wanted to create the space to reclaim who we are in a radically beautiful way.
We want to make sure that there is a strong ecosystem that's in place so people at any time can know, like, okay, I need to get a healing circle, I need to see a therapist, I need to know, and that it's really clear what those opportunities are. And we also want to make sure that things are well resourced, because this is a different form of reparations, right?
The organization says they'll be making a map of local places that Black people can visit for joy. To stay in the loop, visit them online at healingjusticefoundation.org.
The regional Emmy goes to Here's the Truth, Black Press.
The true need for people who look like us from our community, who care about our community, to tell these stories. And so to be at a place where we are winning 2 Emmys for a totally independent show is incredible.
And speaking of Black joy, we got a lot of that going on around here. Last weekend, our Here's the Truth team won 2 Upper Midwest Emmys. That's right, you're looking at the dream team, dressed to the nines and all smiles. We cashed in on both the short and long form content awards in the DEI category, but we couldn't have done it without you. So a huge thank you to you and our sponsors who support us in doing this show each and every week. Up next, a village of young Black scholars brewing in North Minneapolis. When we come back, you'll hear from the community pillar behind the Wewin Institute. And buckle up for a joyride with soul singer Mike. This commercial break is powered by U.S. Bank's Access Commitment Initiative. U.S. Bank is building Black wealth by uplifting and supporting Black-owned businesses like these.
Papa Legba's Lounge is home to musical legends of the past. Papa Legba offers a place for mature audiences to relax and unwind with signature cocktails inspired by legendary musicians. Papa Legba brings extraordinary soul music to the Twin Cities and provides local talent a platform to showcase their music. Check out our website for weekly performances at papalegbalounge.com.
TNT Academy is the ultimate performance recovery program focused on football skills training, strength and conditioning, and overall mentorship for young men. With our exclusive training program, you'll learn all the secrets of our top athletes to ensure that you're always one step ahead of the competition. We take an innovative approach to focus on injury prevention. We work with all levels, youth all the way up to the pros. For more information, visit tntacademysp.com.
At Reviving Roots, we celebrate Black joy because the mental health journey can feel overwhelming, difficult, and even shameful at times. Reviving Roots is a Black-centered and Black-affirming holistic mental health and wellness space in the heart of Minneapolis. While we offer mental health therapy, we believe in a holistic approach to wellness, addressing the whole person by providing a variety of tools and resources. We're here to support our community in living their truth. Learn more at www.reviving-roots.com.
Here's the Truth is sponsored by MediaBridge, a media, data, and creative agency who believes the best strategy is to care. For more information, MediaBridgeAdvertising.com.
I hear all of the time from children that we served about what a difference learning about their culture and learning about their history has made in terms of their lives.
That's Titi Bediako speaking to the impact of the Wewin Institute. The nonprofit leans into holistic programming for Black youth, and it's turned into a thriving village of successful learners in North Minneapolis. Take a look.
Our culture has to be the foundation of the education that you're teaching.
Titi Bediako is the founder and executive director of Wewin Institute in North Minneapolis.
We changed that narrative in terms of saying how many books can we put in the hands of our children and in the hands of their parents.
TT's the leading force behind the nonprofit's mission of providing year-round education for youth.
I'm happy to say that we've been able to put thousands and thousands of books about and by Black people in the hands of thousands of our children.
It's an Afrocentric approach to education and success.
Because Black books are very popular, you have a lot of books like Jabari Jumps Over the Fence. And they put all these beautiful Black faces, and the authors are white. And so all the books that you'll see us do, they're all Black authors and they're all Black illustrators.
A haven of cultural texts tailored to the Black experience.
It's time to create a new world. And the new world that we're creating is one in terms of a love and appreciation of ourselves and those that are around us.
The questions that we ask our children is, what do you want to be when you grow up? Not a good question. The better question is, what do you like to do?
E.B. Lewis is one of many authors featured in the Institute's library.
That gets at the heart of why they're here. What gets you excited? What gets you something that you can do for hours and never get tired of?
Titi says EB's a fan favorite among the kids and extended him an invitation to bring one of his books to life in person.
All the time, but when I was your age,
EB and I connected really well. I was telling him, we have just given away thousands of this book of yours.
The beads click the rhythm of my walk, helping me remember what we're going to buy. Flip, tap, tap, flip,
He did this presentation, and he got really intimate and emotional, and at one point, he actually cried. And he had said afterwards, he felt so safe that he could really be himself.
A holistic mission that reaches beyond the classroom.
Our children were eating so horrendously that I said, well, can we just take a small piece of your land and let's just make a garden?
A garden at Zion Baptist Church that teaches young people the power of healthy living and eating.
The wonderful thing about where the garden is it's nothing but sun. And so the first year of the garden was just beautiful. And then they just loved it, right? And they were happy with us. And so we did it a few years, and then somebody came in from another organization. They said, okay, we want to help you. We'll till this garden for you. So they tilled the garden, and they made it 3 times bigger than what it was.
Titi says We Win was birthed after her experiences with local school districts.
I was a classroom teacher in the Minneapolis public schools. I was teaching at Lindale School. We had a staff meeting, and the principal said that in the last 2 weeks, we had suspended 200 children. When the principal said this alarm came on because I knew it was black boys.
Now she's fostering a village that nurtures black children and their families.
I hear all of the time from children that we served about what a difference learning about their culture and learning about their history has made in terms of their lives.
You can't rely on the educational system. It's not working. I don't understand why we as a people think that it's a good thing to put our children in front of our captors. It doesn't make sense.
Unfortunately, we have educators that continually work in terms of bringing out the worst in our children rather than the best.
It starts at the home, and having that conversation at the table and seeing how beautiful you are, my black child, my brown child. It starts there, to build them with that confidence that I can go out and change the world, and I am somebody. It's my duty to my child and to the generations of children here to make sure that they understand why it's important to become literate.
The thing that I'm clear of is that it becomes our responsibility that we share our stories with each other, with our children, with the hope and belief that they share it with theirs, that each one of us take just one step in terms of moving our people forward. Because I'm of the belief that if I'm able to help in terms of moving black folks forward, that it's a move forward in terms of humanity.
Still ahead, we take a joyride with the multifaceted singer Mike. Stick around to learn why he believes his power as a musician lies within his versatility.
At Nail Partners, we prioritize people. We understand how real estate can unlock a community's aspirations. From the very beginning of a project to its completion, we create space for collaboration. By bringing people together from all walks of life, we're able to build a shared vision that benefits everyone. Because if we want stronger, healthier communities, everyone deserves a seat at the table. Nail Partners, built for community.
It's time for America's promises to Black and brown Minnesotans to be fulfilled. It's time for us to equitably share in the wealth of our nation. That's why the Center for Economic Inclusion was created, to embolden employers to invest in Black and Brown-owned businesses and to leverage our talent to bring wealth into our communities. The Center for Economic Inclusion measures what works, and we hold leaders accountable. The time is now. Build with us. Visit us online at centerforeconomicinclusion.org.
In 2020, concerts, classrooms, and churches look like this. But even though things are back in full swing, it doesn't mean COVID is gone. The latest strain is strong and severe enough that the FDA literally made an update to the vaccine formulas. Now, whether or not you take the new vaccine, that decision is yours. Enjoy all life has to offer and stay safe while doing it. Make sure your family's up to date on your COVID vaccines. Learn more at health.state.mn.us.
No cage around me. What I hope to achieve will be when I just believe.
That's singer-musician Mike fusing together what he calls all genres of Black music. And it's a common theme when you shuffle through his catalog. Mike tells us his versatility is all his way of being free in the music. That's all in this week's Joyride. For people who are not familiar with your music, how would you describe it in 3 words?
Ooh. Afro-cosmic expansion.
I love that. I love that. I was like, wait, was that 1 word or 3?
It just flows together.
How many people are in your band?
So I played in multiple bands. The band that I perform with is called the Black Beat Theory. And there's 4 members right now. So me, myself, Omar Abdul Kareem, Jalen Spencer, and Arthur Buckner, L.A. Buckner. Everybody's killing. And together we're called the Black Beat Theory. And the concept behind the Black Beat Theory is that when you do your research, Blackness and Black people are at the core of like all genres of American music, you know, from rock, soul, you know what I mean, gospel, obviously, you know, hip hop, pop music, everything, you know what I'm saying? Like we're country, yeah, you know what I mean? Let's say it. So it's like, we embody that as a Black Beat Theory. It's all genres of Black music.
I can't contain this. I can't explain this feeling of ecstasy. Oh.
What is the significance of this location?
Yeah, so Greg Grease, you know what I mean, the King Greg, he was the one I think that gave it the official name, the Wizard Dungeon. Because, you know, I guess we all kind of see ourselves as like wizards, you know what I'm saying, shamans, musicians, you know what I mean? So one of my band members, he was living over here. He kind of grew up in this house a little bit, and they basically took me in.
Wow.
And that was kind of really when I really locked in with the band too. That was Zulu Zulu, which was one of the first bands I played in out here. And really was kind of like the formative band for me in terms of like coming into myself as a musician and like really getting comfortable with my voice and whatnot. Because I was doing like rap and stuff, you know, a lot before, but being in the band really kind of helped me be more comfortable, I guess, with my voice and whatnot.
How old were you when you started making music?
Man, I was making beats for friends in high school and stuff like that. And then I kind of like graduated from like doing the beats into like writing raps and stuff. And I was like, you know, I had a couple of rap groups when I was in Cali.
So you're from Cali. How long have you been in Minnesota?
I've been here since the end of 2009.
What brought you here?
I went to IPR, the Institute of Production Recording. So I got my degree in audio engineering from there. And then I kind of just like stuck around, got like locked into some cool artist communities and like met some folks that I started doing business with.
You know you met a girl.
That too. That too. You know what I mean?
I can feel a healing waterfall of energy flooding over me. When I'm around you, there's something so vibrant about you. Syncopation in my chest getting violent. When I'm around you, I'm in tune with the divine feminine.
So what is it about this location that's so significant to you?
This spot between both Pimento and Ice House next door was somewhere where I did a lot of performing and whatnot and kind of like honed, I guess, the craft of like live on-stage performance. We used to do a night here called Moods with Zulu. We had done a residency here called the Astral Beat Theories. It was like the first time I have ever experienced like selling out a venue and like, because you know, the independent music hustle is like, it's tough, you know what I'm saying?
Real.
Like, so that's like a really great way to show artists that you like appreciate them and just coming out to the shows, you know what I mean?
What is it about the way you approach your music that has really set you apart and made you so different and made you like not follow the trends in the crowd?
I mean, I guess I kind of just make music from a place of just like wanting to get free. And like, I just feel like there's so many different stories to tell and different things that you could write songs about that there's no reason that all the songs should be about the same thing.
Well, before we have you go, would you mind performing a piece for us?
Of course, man. I'm gonna give you all the new one.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
You Got Me. It's the new single from the album. It's how you make me feel for real. I wanna have a real thing with you all my life. I found out the hard way. Took my lumps with a crab cake on. I don't wanna break your heart. I wanna find sweetness in the deepest part of you. Ooh, oh God, I want you forever and a day. All you have to do is stay with me if I got you. Hey, you got me if I got you.
Thanks so much for watching Here's the Truth. To support our Emmy Award-winning TV show, head over to georgiafort.com and become a monthly subscriber. In the meantime, have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you next Saturday at 11. Coming up next week on Here's the Truth. People from all across the Twin Cities rally at the Capitol in support of Palestine. A look at how you can support the demand to cease fire. And a woman using her own mental health journey to let others know they're not alone. How she's using social media to change the narrative. Plus, buckle up for a joyride you won't want to miss. Watch Here's the Truth Saturdays at 11 on the CW Twin Cities.
3 years ago, COVID-19 forced our entire world to stop. Even as we adjust to a new society, the fight against the virus continues. That's why the Minnesota Department of Health is urging you to get the updated COVID-19 vaccine that's FDA approved. It's specifically designed to combat the latest variants and available for everyone aged 6 months and older. Worried about the cost? Free or low-cost vaccines are available. Just check in with your clinic before scheduling. Don't have insurance? We got you. Just contact your nearest community health center. Corona is still around, so keep yourself and your people safe. Together, we can win this fight.
Confluence, a cultured multiverse, a 2-day Comic-Con experience, a celebration of art, sci-fi, futurisms, and fandoms.
Buy-in for Black people, Indigenous people, and people of color.
We got creative workshops, panel discussions, a cosplay contest, vendors, a gaming area, a visual art exhibition, and more. It's a place to see and be seen, connect, and get free.
You can find out more information and buy tickets at publicfunctionary.org/confluence-MN.
Your home for hip-hop and R&B.
We the best!
Power 104.7, where old school meets new school.